total weight of 442 pounds. From Memphis, Tennessee, Jerry Bryant. And from Indianapolis, Indiana, Steve Regal. This match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee is Paul Morton. Let's see, looks like Jerry Bryant is going to be starting for his team. And the Southern Championship belts being taken off now by the Assassins. Handed outside the ring for safekeeping. This is a non-title match, by the way. Referee says ring the bell. We are underway. One fall, 15-minute time limit match again. Side mare by Jerry Bryant puts the big assassin down on the mat. Bryant, another good move. Assassin on the mat, but back on his feet again quickly. Bryant almost backed into the corner, but he reverses it, puts the assassin in there. Drag all the way across the ring. Assassin quickly on his feet. Bryant back in the corner now. A little hair pulling by the assassin as he yanked Bryant out of there. Bryant with a whip. Oh, tried to slam, couldn't get him far off the canvas. Count of two. Bryant could not get the assassin too far off the canvas, but he did drive him on down to the mat. Well, a lot of size in the assassin's corner over there. 590 pounds, both of them huge. The assassin with the head scissors on Jerry Bryant. Bryant kicks his way out of it, on his feet quickly. Very agile team, Bryant and Steve Regal. They have to be considered slight underdogs in the match. Anybody that steps in there against the team of the Assassins is usually giving away quite a bit of weight. Don't count Bryant and Regal out of it because they have quite a bit of speed on their side. Steve Regal especially has been most impressive in recent matches. Hey, the Assassin whipped into the corner. Over the shoulder, Jerry Bryant with a cover. 1, 2. Yeah, the Assassin gets there, breaks it up at the 2 count. Bryant, again, put the Assassin down. The Assassin converts to a head scissors. Hair pulling, perhaps. Couldn't see it, yeah, but referee Paul Morton indicates he caught him pulling hair, and he made the Assassin give up the hold. 2 minutes, 12 seconds gone in this one. Steve Regal in to try to help Jerry Bryant out. He's sent back to the corner. The Assassin. Whoa, that knee. Assassins make a tag. Jerry Bryant on the mat. A cover. 1, 2. 2 count. Jerry Bryant kicks out of it. He's still in there. Been Jerry Bryant all the way in this one, the official man in the ring. Steve Regal starting the cheers. Crowd behind Jerry Bryant. Jerry needs to get over to the corner, get the tag on his partner, Steve Regal. Face lock by the Assassin. Bryant trying to break loose. Unsuccessful so far, but now he's out of it. Too far away from the corner. He started to his feet. He was very near the Assassin's corner. Steve Regal stepped in there and said to referee Paul Morton, hey, that's 2 against 1. Get one of them out of there. Cover by the count of 2. There's the tag. Here comes Steve Regal. Regal been watching for 3.5 minutes. Good drop kick, and he puts the Assassin on the mat. The other one steps in, and he gets a drop kick, too. Assassin number 1 and 2 both down on the floor. Now it's Assassin number 1 rolling back under the ropes, into the ring. Steve Regal waiting for him there. 3 minutes, 50 seconds gone. And a 1 fall, 15-minute time limit match. Assassins, the current holders of the Southern Tag Team Championships. This is a non-title match. Title or no, Regal and Bryant would love to put away a victory over these Assassins. Regal with a cover. 2 count, but the Assassin breaks out of it at 2. Regal, good move. Nice leg drop. Puts the Assassin back down to the mat. Steve pulling him over closer to his corner. Gets the tag on Jerry Bryant. Jerry's had a little time to recuperate. after being worked over by the Assassins. There's a cover by Bryant. He only got a 1 count. Jerry goes to work on the leg, trying to soften the Assassin up. Get him in position where he can hold him for a count of 3. The Assassin. Assassin not able to make a great effort to get out of it. Bryant had a pretty good hold on him. Makes the tag, and here is Steve Regal. Regal takes over. He goes to work on the Assassin's left leg. There's a tag made. Jerry Bryant right back to work. Good strategy by Regal and Bryant. Bryant trying to catch the Assassin before he gets to the corner. He almost had him, but the Assassin was able to make it. Just barely got the tag. Big Assassin number 1, I think. It's hard to tell them apart, is in here now. Yeah, that's Assassin number 1 against Jerry Bryant. Bryant picked straight up in the air. Look out. Oh, a drive down to the mat. Not so much a slam as he just drove him straight into the mat. Oh, on the arm. He sprung that thing. Assassins make a tag. Steve Regal trying to break up that double team on the exchange. 6 minutes gone. Bryant. Ooh, driven to the mat again with that arm hung up behind him. Now the Assassin puts the stretch on him. The other Assassin sits down on Jerry Bryant's left arm, which they have really worked on. Shoulder into the turnbuckle. Bryant. Assassin picks him up again. Over his shoulder. Bryant pulled his arm back, starts for the corner, needs to get the tag, but the Assassin caught him by the foot. Not far away from the tag. Bryant has to stay in there. Unable to get to the corner. There was some hair pulling. Don't know if the referee could see it or not. It was across the ring from where he was. Bryant yanked down to the mat. And the Assassin continued to work on his left arm. 7 minutes, 20 seconds gone. Steve Regal telling Jerry, hey, don't give up. Try to get over here and get a tag. Bryant trying to roll across the ring, get to the corner, but the Assassin got him pretty well tied up. You see he's got a handful of hair. Yanks him down to the mat. He's warned about it by referee Paul Morton. Possible submission. Let's see. Referees. The Assassins get a submission out of Jerry Bryant. They had really worked him over. Boy, that left arm, they had done just about everything to it they could. Slammed him with it behind him and what have you. And finally, the Assassins are working on it, and Jerry Bryant just couldn't hang on anymore. He gave it a good go. He stayed in there a lot longer than I would have, I tell you. But Jerry finally had to give it up. So the win is going to go to the Assassins over Steve Regal and Jerry Bryant. Steve helping Jerry out of the ring area now.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah, Steve.
Something's got to be done about that. Man, they're trying to break everybody's arm around here. We got to do something about it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Steve. The Assassins have been hurting arms with great regularity here the last few weeks. But Jerry on his way back to the dressing room now. Again, the Assassins win at the time on it. 7 minutes, 51 seconds, 7:51. We'll be back with more wrestling action here in the ring in just a moment. But right now, young man who came into the area from Manchester, England. And everybody, I think, was glad to see him in here and has enjoyed his wrestling style over recent weeks. And he had something to say, and we wanted to bring it to you. Here is Billy Robinson.
Lance, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to, shall we say, talk about how I feel at the moment and the injury I've sustained, and I obviously feel a bit down mentally and physically. I just arrived in your area and I was trying to show you people what I was worth, and this comes about. And it's, I've met a lot of nice people while I've been down here, and the people have really been warm and considerate, and I was just starting to make friends and get along with the people, and I really deep down feel bad about it. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been a major fracture where my wrestling career would have been finished completely. But the doctor said, although it's a break, it will heal. And although there's no time limit on it, I'll be back. And I promise you, I will be. This has come at a time, too, and it's certainly going to dampen the festive spirits of the Yuletide or Christmas for me and my family, but I'll be back. And again, I want to thank you and all the people concerned. And I've got a mind of how and what I'm going to do when I come back in the training as soon as I can, but we just have to wait and see how it works out over the next short period of time. Again, thank you very much for listening to me.
Okay, Billy Robinson, as he said, he'll be back.
You know, this is a very funny situation. You hear Robinson out here, very down, very insecure. We have the confidence because we understand that we broke his arm. We showed the wrestling public how fantastic a conditioned team we are by taking advantage of this British wrestler. In Europe, where you wrestled, Robinson, when you started when you were 18, you found out how hard it is. And we're taking away your confidence by belittling you in the ring. But there's only one thing here in Memphis that we have to contend ourselves now with, and that's the Gibson brothers. You know, I'm going to say something that Ricky Gibson and his brother consider themselves a fairly good team. But whenever you climb into the ring with the Assassins, see, this is the Brotherhood of the Assassins, the toughest team, the Southern Tag Team Champions. Now, I know that Gibson had a little bit of problems with his last time we wrestled them. But I'll maintain one thing, that we actually have the ability that whenever they climb in the ring and they fall down on the mat, because they're going to lie there. They're going to lie there because we, and they also know what a strong, impregnable team we are. And it's very, very hard to find a team that can dispose us, because disposing us is going to be the most difficult thing that Gibson's, Billy Robinson, and I'll go back to Robinson again because he keeps on saying he'll be back. I doubt if he'll ever be back, because all the confidence and all the securities are taken out when that arm's broken. And when you lie in the hospital and your bones are broken, your mentality gets lower and you can become very, very depressed. And we made sure that depression is going to set in on you, Robinson, and also the Gibsons. You don't have a chance against us because we know exactly your faults. We know exactly how to defeat you. Be very careful when you wrestle as Gibsons.
You know, the Gibsons, we plan on being merciful if they don't want to fight too much. If they just lay down and give us a match, we'll be merciful. But one thing I'd like to see, I'd like to roll that tape one more time where we could have a real good laugh about the little crying boy.
Let's just go on, fellas. The championship match is booked. Rick, Robert Gibson going against the Assassins for the Southern Championship belt. We're going to be back. We'll have more wrestling action for you right here. Just a moment. Stay with us. Previous match, they have indeed, and we have some videotape of that match, which we're going to let you take a look at right now. Rick and Robert Gibson against the Assassins.
Robert underneath the elbow. Shoulder butts him off, but both of them are down now. Rick trying to get Robert over for a tag. in an upset win with the Assassins. Assassins upset by the Gibsons. And now they are upsetting everybody with their action against the Gibsons. Following that loss. Robert thrown out on the floor. Rick, his head busted open by the Assassins. Robert trying to stagger his way up back off the floor. And the Assassins pounding away on the Gibsons. Here comes David Schultz to the ring. The Assassin grabs Robert Gibson and throws him back out. And Schultz up there telling the Assassins, hey, the match is over, leave him alone. And Rick Gibson still taking a pounding. There's blood everywhere on Rick. And the Assassin going after David. Boy, he lit his fuse. Schultz. One of the wildest wrestlers we've ever seen. The Assassin did the wrong thing when he nailed Schultz. Now both of them at least have left Rick alone, and they're both working on David Schultz. Rick is up off the floor. They're going after the mask, and Schultz is helping the Gibsons. The Assassins out of the ring. And the winners in 15:39 will be the Gibsons in a wild and woolly situation.
All right, joining us right here, Rick and Robert Gibson. Congratulations. Not only did you guys win the match, I think you won the brawl, too, there.
I'd like to say one thing, and I'm out here to say this. Assassins, I heard your interview, and I know Billy Robertson. He's a very good friend of mine. I want to tell you something, boys, and I'll call you boys. You're big boys, but let me tell you, don't underestimate the Gibsons. We've been up and down this road. We've been up and down this road many a times, and we know a lot of wrestling. I know you're big and you're powerful, and you do have a little ability, but you don't have the wrestling ability that the Gibsons have. So I'm going to show you a wrestling lesson. They say it was an upset last week. It wasn't no upset. You were beat 1, 2, 3. Now, you like to break arms, you like to break legs. I've had broken knees, broken ankles, broken arms, and the whole bit. Well, I've broke a few too, and I can break more. So let me tell you, boy, and you listen well. If you once, and I repeat, once, go after my arm or Robert's arm or leg to break it, then we're going to start some breaking right there. Wrestling is a sport. It's a sport to get out there and win. Well, that's what we're out there to do. But if you want to make it that way, if you want to break arms and break legs, well, let me tell you, Pally, we can do the same thing. We can do the same thing. Assassins, we know we have been the champions here before, and we can be the champions here again. And come Christmas, we're going to be the new champions right here in Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay, thank you, Rick. Robert, on their way to the ring, we're going to take a look at them right now. Excuse me just a moment. Let me step back around the table. Rick and Robert on their way, and they're now in the ring. Their opponents get in here. We are going to see them in action. Here come the opponents. Introducing, at a total weight of 466 pounds on the left of your screen, from parts unknown, the Avenger, and from Memphis, Tennessee, Buddy Wayne. Going against him in this match from Pensacola, Florida, total weight 454 pounds, Rick and Robert Gibson. A one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. The referee is Paul Morton. Bell sounds and we are underway. Buddy Wayne, Robert. Side mare by Robert. Buddy Wayne holds his back as he gets back onto his feet. Robert Gibson giving away quite a bit of weight to Buddy Wayne. Buddy will weigh in about, I don't know, 236, 238, something like that. No, I beg your pardon, 242 is Buddy's weight. Leg drop by Buddy Wayne. Good kickback by Robert Gibson. Tag made by Buddy. This is the Avenger. Robert over to the corner. Makes the tag on Rick. Rick forces the Avenger right down to the mat. Makes the tag. Robert will be coming back in. Steps over the top rope. He makes another tag. Rick over the top rope. Down right on the arm. Quick tags by the Gibson brothers. Great teamwork. They make another tag. Robert over the ropes. Down on the arm. And the Avenger has got to be wondering if he couldn't go somewhere else in the ring right about now, instead over by the Gibson's corner. We're at the 2-minute mark. 2 minutes into the action right now. Rick and Robert Gibson all the way so far in the match. The Avenger now back on his feet. Shakes that left arm. It can't be in too good a shape. Ricky Gibson. He makes the tag, and Brother Robert coming in. Robert hanging onto the hold. The Avenger slowly making his way over near the corner. He wants to get a tag on Buddy Wayne. Robert, lower leg across the back. And again. Avenger up on his feet. Robert makes the tag on Rick. Rick Gibson up with the upper part of the arm across the shoulder blade. 3 minutes, 15 seconds gone. This is a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Rick Gibson into the air and drops down with that leg across the forearm. Avenger wants a tag. Buddy Wayne, I don't think, is too interested in getting a tag. He could stretch it out just a little bit. He might have been able to get the tag from the Avenger there. Rick Gibson takes him back to the Gibson's corner, makes the tag, and here is Robert. Rides him down to the mat.
Come on, get him in tag. Come on.
Rick Gibson gets the tag. Turned loose by Robert, only to find Rick standing right behind him. Avenger again with an outstretched hand toward Buddy Wayne. He is too far away for the tag now. Air pulling by the Avenger. That gets him over to the corner. He gets the tag on Buddy Wayne. Buddy Wayne against Rick Gibson. Oh, Buddy threw a forearm. That may not have been a very wise move because Rick Gibson responded with a forearm of his own. And then pulled the fist back and said, hey, you want to fight, we'll fight. As Rick has said earlier, he likes to wrestle, but if anybody wants a street brawl, well, he's prepared for that, too. Tag made by Rick. Here's Robert Gibson. Over the rope, down on the arm. Gibson making the quick tag again. Robert in there trying to keep Buddy away from the corner, and the tag on the Avenger. Buddy Wayne does get the tag, though. 5 minutes, 20 seconds gone in this match. The Gibsons in control, and pretty much total control of the match. Good flying drop kick by Rick Gibson. He makes the tag on Robert. Well, the teamwork the Gibson brothers have shown. Oh, 1, 2, 3, that's it. Robert and Rick Gibson with a Jerry the King Lawler will be going against Ken Lucas. This, in a way, is a rematch. These guys have scuffled before. And I think we had the results for you last week here, and you saw that. Here is Lawler with Jimmy Hart and the CWA World Championship belt with him. Jerry, you got Ken Lucas coming up again, Christmas night.
Well, you're right. I got Ken Lucas coming up again. Now, I don't know what it is about Ken Lucas. I don't know if it's the fact that, you know, he's new in the area or what it is, but the guy has suddenly got an extreme case of the big head. And I want to tell you why he's got it. He's got it because of people like you, Dave, and he's got it because of people like these idiots out here who think that Ken Lucas is really something. And now, everywhere he's ever wrestled all his life, he has been a bum. I mean, an absolute bum. He's a nobody. Nobody had ever heard of him. I'd certainly never heard of him before he came in here. Now, he comes in here, and all of the people think he's really hot stuff. Right. So when Ken Lucas hears everybody cheering for him, he gets to thinking he's hot stuff.
You've had your problems with him recently, though.
What do you mean I've had my problems with him?
Well, I mean, Ken, we saw the results last week.
Okay, all right.
Face and all of that.
Well, and then last week he won the match, right? But see, I know that's what you're thinking, but here's the difference. There's two things in wrestling. You can either win the match or you can beat your opponent. Now, to me, beating your opponent is more important than winning the match. Now, that's what happened last week. He won the match. Oh, he got a 3 count, but I beat him like a dog. I beat him so bad that he don't want any more. He don't want no more.
I tell you what, we just happen to have a videotape of that match, and if you don't mind, why don't you
wait a minute? Wait just a minute.
Let's take a look.
Wait a minute. No, wait. Before we take a look at it, let me explain something to you first. Let me tell you something. Now, as long as you're going to try to pull these little tricks out of the bag and run a tape in here, let me just tell the people, let me give them a little background on this tape. You know, last week, like I said, Ken Lucas is an absolute nobody. Now, I could beat him 10 times in 10 minutes, and I knew this. So what I was doing before the match, I was sitting around relaxing, Jimmy and I, watching a little TV in the dressing room, and I was eating a box of popcorn, okay? Now, I know this has happened to you, Dave. I happened to get a little piece of popcorn underneath one of my teeth, between my teeth, you understand?
I hear you.
Now, that was bothering me all night long. Now, you can go ahead and roll the film, but I want you to know that's what I had on my mind, and it distracted me all night long. Now, look,
let's
can I watch a film? Keep my microphone on, okay?
Yeah, just watch this.
Okay, now look, first of all, let me tell you, here's where everybody thinks Ken Lucas is really something. This guy couldn't break an egg with a hammer. Look at those punches. You see that? Now, let me tell you something else about my tactics. I've told you about how I beat my opponents in the ring. I let them build their confidence. I lull them into a false sense of security. What I am doing right now is making Ken Lucas think that he has got the upper hand. Look at me. I ought to be in Hollywood. He ain't hurting me. He ain't hurting me a bit, and I'm just letting him pound there because, like I said, he could hit me all night and never make a dent, baby. He can't break an egg. He is a punk. He is a nobody. He's a clown. He shouldn't even be in the wrestling business. He saw, look at him right there. He saw he couldn't hurt me by beating on me, so he's starting to bite me like a little girl. Now, is that some wrestler? Look at him. This is disgusting. And you people sit out there and try to make the guy think he's really something. He is actually biting me on the face. Now, what is wrong with a guy like that? Now, look at you, Dave. You got that funny little smirk on your face now. You realize that now look.
Look at that.
Yeah, this is trick photography. We already saw that once. What are they doing? They've spliced the film together and they're showing the same thing over and over. Look at this.
No, he just threw a lot of right punches and connected with it.
Yeah, and I just threw him down on his face, too, didn't I? Now, look here. I'm looking for a toothpick to get that popcorn out, and I can't find it. So I'm saying, Jimmy, you got a toothpick? He said, no, but why don't you run Lucas's head into the chair while we got a minute? So now look at Ken Lucas. What a dirty dog. Can you see that?
It sure did.
He actually used a foreign object like a chair. Okay, he got the 3 count.
Yeah, but who was holding the foreign object?
Look, what I said a while ago, you got 2 situations. You can either win the match or you can beat your opponent. Now, he won the match, so I'm fixing to beat my opponent right here. I'm fixing to do a number on this guy because I've been letting him get away with something here. I'm fixing to do a number on him. I'm fixing to beat him so bad. See, there's where he made his mistake right there.
Reading for Jimmy Hart.
He jumped on Jimmy Hart. Well, he shouldn't have done that because here comes the king, baby. I'm fixing to cut his lights out right now. I'm going to beat him so bad that they're going to have to empty the dressing room. They're going to have to send some wrestlers in to try to help this man. Now, you watch. Here I come. Get ready, Ken Lucas. That's right. Put out the lights. It's all over for him right now. This is what you call beating your opponent. This is why I say Ken Lucas is a nobody. He is a nothing. He is not in the same league or the category as the king, and they realize this. Now, the promoter, Jerry Jarrett's standing in the back right now, and he's seeing, uh-oh, here's Ken Lucas. He's the newest wrestler I got around here, and Lawler's fixing to kill him. So I better send somebody out there to save him. So what does he do? He sends him jerks the Gibsons out here in just a minute. Now, look at Lucas rolling around on the mat. He is screaming. I wish they had a microphone in the ring because right now he's crying. He's begging the referee, please get Mr. Lawler off of me before he kills me. Look at him.
Let's point out it's 2 against 1 here. The match is over.
2 against 1. You think Jimmy Hart going to hurt somebody? What's the matter with you, man? There's the Gibsons coming in to save him. Now, who is left laying on the mat? You will never see the king left laying like that. That's what I'm telling you. This guy is a nobody. He is a nothing. And do you realize they even had the audacity to want me to put up make it a world title match with this guy Christmas night. It's not going to be a world title match because he does not deserve a shot at the belt. He is not a world-class wrestler. He is not a contender. He is a nobody. They wanted me to put the belt up to make the people think he's somebody, but I'm sorry. He's not.
Well, in spite of that, he's got the victory. Maybe he does deserve a shot at the belt.
How can he have the audacity to claim a victory when you people just saw it right there on your TVs? The film don't lie. He was left laying in the middle of the ring, and they had to come out and save him. Would you call that the victor?
But he won the match. His hand was raised in the match.
Big deal.
And you have to
Big deal. He is a joke. He don't belong in matches with me, much less championship match. He don't even belong in the ring with me. Beating that guy, now they booked him against me again, and he don't deserve a shot with me. I'll beat him, and it'll take me about 5 minutes to dispose of this guy. I'm not going to do what I did last week. I'm not going to let the guy think he's got the upper hand any during the match. I'm just going to beat him right in the middle of the ring.
That's it. Then it will be a non-title match, right?
That's exactly right.
Okay, non-title match. It'll be Lawler against Ken Lucas coming up Christmas night. Jerry Jarrett. Jerry, you heard all of that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I did, and I want to come out here and explain something to the people. I just listened to Jerry Lawler belittle Lucas and belittle the wrestling, and I want to explain something. We've got a new year starting out. Buddy and I have been in negotiations with Jerry Lawler for 2 months now for a 1980 contract. You know, all the people are familiar with Pete Rose and all the problems that they have in signing some of the big stars and what the different promotions or teams have to go through to settle with them. Well, Jerry Lawler has made what used to be an enjoyable business for me, promoting professional wrestling, a nightmare. We've had to cater to him. We've had to pay him an unbelievable amount of money. More than he's worth. And the 1980 contract that he and his people presented to us it borders on insanity. Buddy and I have been trying to lower prices with the cost of gas, and a lot of our fans come from the surrounding towns. It makes it real difficult for people to enjoy the sport or the recreation or whatever they like. So we've been working very hard to try to cut corners and cut prices and still maintain the quality talent so that we could, in fact, lower prices instead of raising them. Now, in order to sign Jerry Lawler's contract for 1980, we figured it out with a pencil and piece of paper. We'd have to raise prices in every city we do business with $1.25. So that's how ridiculous it is. Now, we're not going to do that. Furthermore, Jerry has stood out here and he says that Lucas is a nobody and that that's a nothing match. So what I want to say to you is when you go over the card for the Memphis card Monday,
Tuesday, right?
Tuesday, Christmas, we're going to just treat it like it's a nothing match, and we're going to move Mr. Lawler down on the third match on the card. And
no longer the main event then, right?
No. He says that it's not a main event match, and if he doesn't feel that it rates main event match status, then we'll put it on the preliminary match where it goes. We want to tell the people that we're no longer going to cater to Mr. Jerry Lawler. As a matter of fact, Christmas may be his last match. Christmas may be his last match because, well, I'll tell him personally. Jerry, I'll tell you.
Wait a minute.
No, you wait a minute. You've been wanting an answer to us what we were going to do about 1980. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do about it. We're not going to do anything about it. We're not going to sign your contract. We're not going to pay you your big guarantees. We're not going to raise prices to accommodate you. You can go the way of Mr. Pete Rose and you can change organizations. And as for Christmas Day, the match is a nothing, you say, with Ken Lucas, so we'll treat it as such, and we'll put you down on the preliminary match where you belong.
Are you through?
Yeah.
Are you through? Give him a big hand there. That was quite a little performance, wasn't it? But let me just say this, Jerry, really, in all sincerity. Now, I really hate that, you're talking about contracts and stuff. This is really things that's better left in the wrestling offices, away from the TV. But if you want to air your dirty laundry out here, then we'll just air some. Now, I just hate to say this. I mean, that was a nice little performance, but in all sincerity, I can read you like a book. Do you realize that? I know what you're trying to do. Do you know what he's trying to do, Dave?
It sounds to me like he just told it like it was.
No,
right
no,
here.
I'm sorry. See, that's what he wants you to think. That's what he wants all the people out there watching to think. But what he is trying to do, he is trying to stand out here and shame me into making this a title match. He wants me to put up the World Heavyweight Championship against Ken Lucas because he thinks Ken Lucas is hot stuff. He wants me to stand here and tell you people that Ken Lucas is a good wrestler, that he has a chance to beat me. But I'm sorry, Jerry Jarrett, he is not a good wrestler. He does not have a chance to beat me. And you want me to put the title match up so it'll be a big important match on your Christmas card. But wait a minute, I just got an idea. Now, you're talking about the contracts. Why don't we do this? And you like Ken Lucas so well. Why don't we do this? I'll wrestle Ken Lucas, and I'll put up the belt. But let's have you put up something, too, because you believe in him. I believe in myself enough to put up the belt. Why don't we say this? If I beat, or if Ken Lucas beats me, then he's got the belt. You've got yourself a new world champion, and I'll sign the old, and you talk about ridiculous, 1979 contract, Mr. Moneybags. I'll sign it. That's right, where I have to run up and down the highways with the, I'll sign it and be penniless all next year. I'll do that. But let's say this. If I beat Mr. Ken Lucas, then you sign my 1980 contract. What about that, huh? Hey, that's fair enough. That's fair enough, ain't it, Michael?
I've been very tolerant letting you talk because I feel like that it's your last time to run your mouth on Memphis TV. No, I don't want your CWA title match, and I don't want you. So you can wrestle on the preliminary match Monday, and we've been tolerant of your time. It's very expensive, and that's all we need of it. We need to run over the card.
So you say that I'm on a third match, right?
Yeah.
Let me just say this, Dave. I will be on the last match down there Christmas night, okay, buddy? Remember that.
We're going to do the card.
We need to run over the card.
Yeah.
He's on the preliminary.
Okay, come on around. Okay, let's take a look at it. Couple of reminders for you. This is going to be Christmas night, Tuesday night, December 25th, a big Christmas spectacular, and such a big night it's going to be. It starts early, 7:30, special time, Christmas night, the opening bout, an 18-man battle royal. 18-man battle royal to open the card. The $5,000 prize goes to the winner. Each wrestler has to pay an entry fee. The promoter is kicking a little extra, so a $5,000 first prize for the winner of that one. Then comes a match between Buddy Wayne and Jerry Bryant. After that, another single match in which Slim, the scuffling hillbilly, they call him Slim, but he weighs 325 pounds, will be going against the mighty Yankee. And then right here, Jerry, is this where we're going to put in the Lawler-Lucas match right after that one?
Right.
Right after that one. All right, it will be Jerry Lawler against Ken Lucas in a non-title match after that. And then we will have the Grappler against Paul Ellering. It'll be Steve Regal going against Jimmy Hart. Regal gets Jimmy Hart in the ring. Then comes a Southern Tag Team title match. The champions will be there with the belts on the line. The Assassins and the challengers, the Gibson brothers, Ricky and Robert. That championship match will be at the Mid-South Coliseum Tuesday night. Then the finals of the Battle Royal will come up after that. The preliminaries of the Battle Royal will be the first thing on the card. Then the last two guys left will come back in the finals with no time limit, no disqualification, no holds barred, and there will be no referee in the ring. And again, first prize $5,000.
Yeah, let me explain why we're doing that. The last two men in the Battle Royal will go back for the finals, and because it's a Battle Royal, there's a possibility that it could be somebody like Lawler against one of the Assassins, or Sonny King against Tojo Yamamoto, for that matter. And if we don't have the match so that it's one winner and all these stipulations, then it could end up, you know, being a stop match or a double disqualification, and they'd split the money. So we do want one winner, and with these stipulations, no time, no DQ, no holds barred, and the referee outside the ring, there will be a winner.
Okay, the finals of the Battle Royal. Then comes a Texas Death Match in which Tojo Yamamoto and Sonny King will be going against Rick Morton and Big Red. And that is going to be now the main event of the night, correct? Because the other one has been moved down.
And I know we're running out of time, but a lot of the people have called. Jonesboro, the new building is almost ready, and the opening match will be January the 5th. That's Saturday night, January the 5th, in our brand new building in Jonesboro.
Okay, very good. About to wrap it up here. I do want to mention a couple of other things. Tuesday night, 7:30, general admission will be $2. Children under 10, when accompanied by adult, will be admitted to general admission free. The box office is closed today due to the Liberty Bowl, but it will be open all day Monday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and will open Christmas Day at 1 o'clock and stay open till match time. Remember, it's Tuesday night, Christmas night, in the Mid-South Coliseum. Jerry, thanks for joining us out here. We're going to get back into some action here in just a moment. Stay with us. More of it's coming up. Get to you right now. So here we go.
Hey, we're back for the third match on Championship Wrestling. The first two didn't take very long, as they say. Two single matches that found Dennis Condrey in 105 defeating Paul Correa. David Schultz, an unusual and different David Schultz, winning over Steve Regal in 319 when the bout was stopped as Regal was unable to continue. Rick Morton in the ring right now with Tojo Yamamoto. I don't know how much of that pure wrestling you're going to see here. You're going to see more like what you're looking at, just hard fighting. Morton, all right, into the corner, goes after Tojo, rolls under. Morton missed. He got a count of 1.5, and now he's up in the air, and Tojo out of the ring. Sonny King and Tojo Yamamoto going against Rick Morton and Very Large Red, who's down outside the ring. The referee saying, get back up on the corner of the ring. Tojo around to the corner where Sonny is. Comes as no surprise when I tell you that Tojo and Sonny King are a couple of tough hombres. Going against one of the gamest and most aggressive guys you'll see in Rick Morton and his big partner, Big Red. Look at that Morton go after Sonny, and Sonny just wheels him around. Morton still trying to fight him, though. Oh, boy, Sonny still Morton on the floor out here. And Tojo again picks the big fella up. As he fell, he hit that metal standard, and Big Red and Sonny in the ring now going at it. Big Red and Sonny King in it. The referee trying to get them apart. While Tojo just flailing Rick Morton with that shoe now. Referee gets Sonny and Red apart. And Morton on the edge trying to get under the bottom rope. Morton back in. Sonny almost put him out of the ring again with that right hand. There's a tag on Tojo. Tojo with a foot to the midsection. Ooh. Well, I don't have to tell you what that was. One of the famous Yamamoto guillotine chops. And he knocks Morton backwards right over. That time, no chop, a jab, it looked like to me, to the throat. Rick hammered into that middle turnbuckle. Tojo continues with a chop, tag Sonny King. King takes over and starts it off with a big right hand. Big Red trying to tell the referee, why don't you cut some of that stuff out? Morton trying to battle his way back on Sonny King. Tojo grabbed him by the tights and jerked him backwards right off his feet. Headbutt, and Morton is down in the wrong corner. If he could tag Red. Big Red trying to encourage him to fight his way back to the corner. And Sonny's making sure that he doesn't. Sonny once again manhandling Morton up. Holds him in the air. Slams him down on the mat. 5 minutes having passed with 40 minutes to wrestle. Morton had enough courage to say to us once in an interview, one-on-one, I probably could not beat Sonny King, but that doesn't mean I won't fight him. Tojo blistering Rick Morton with those chops. There's a cover. Referee getting down. He was trying to get Sonny to go back to the corner. Got a 1 count. Tojo hip toss takes him over. Backdrop, and Morton goes over, and Yamamoto goes for a cover, but Rick Morton's leg over the bottom rope, and that'll call for an immediate break. Not much of one. Sunset flip. Morton, 1, 2. Tojo slapped him with those feet right on the ears.
Dave. I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank Jared Welch Wrestling Organization for giving me this few minutes to talk to all you nice folks out there. You know, people, wrestlers are no exception. They're inclined to take things for granted. That driving up and down the road in a motor car, flying around in an airplane. When you're doing that every day, you just think, man, will this never end? Well, when it does, when you get sick and you can't do it, and that's when you really discover that you missed something. Yeah, I miss wrestling. You know, would be on Memphis TV Saturday mornings, the Mid-South Monday night. any of the neighboring towns that we wrestled in. But it's not just the wrestling. I miss talking to the people, signing autographs, kissing all the pretty little girls. And I really thought I was going to be able to be with you Christmas night, but I talked to the doctor a couple of days ago and said it'd be 4 to 6 weeks till he releases me. That's the gloomy side of life. This is Christmas. We're all supposed to be happy. So what I'd like to do is get back to what I started to do in the first place. That's to thank all the thousands of people that took the time to write me a letter and send me a Christmas card. Because believe me, it was much appreciated. So I'd just like to thank you for that, and to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Billy. Looking forward to seeing you back here.
Rick pounding away. Going through, and there he gets a tag on Big Red. Red pounding Yamamoto. Whips him. Double-handed him. Here comes Sonny right after him. Big Red pounding, and here he goes. He misses that Holy Ghost splash of his. Yamamoto rolled out of the way. The referee counting on both of them. Yamamoto is going to be up. I guess Red is too. Big Red got something out right in front of us. I think he's got salt. He nails Tojo before Tojo could get him. There's the splash. One. He's going to do it again. Big leg. Red nailed Tojo with a salt. 2, 3, he got him. Jubilation in the corner of Rick Morton and Big Red. And Sonny King trying to point to the referee that he used salt. The only thing we could see he did was beat. They reversed the decision.
Okay, I think you heard Lance say there the decision was reversed. But boy, I tell you, when Big Red comes in for a landing with a splash, look out all around. That was.